All right, what's up, Dragon Brood? Today we are going to be playing some Temur, and that's something we don't get to play a lot on the channel, so this should be kind of fun. And we're going to be using some different cards. And actually, I want to say the reason we're playing Temur is we're going to try to give a shot to light up the night. Part of the reason here is because we just played the other deck that had the explosive whatever, and that was a cool finisher. But it's like, what if we had something that didn't take as much mana to get those last 5 or 6 points of damage? Maybe this is going to be the way to go. I don't really know yet, but maybe it'll play out the way we hope, and we have some other fun cards that make it worth putting blue into the deck. But anyway, let's go take a look at the deck list and see what we can do today with this Temur Treasure mid-rangey thing. If you're looking for quality binders, sleeves, dice, deck boxes, or other supplies, be sure to check out Ultra Pro's Smoke Gray collection this month over at shop.ultrapro.com/PowrDragn and use promo code PowrDragn to save 5%. Alright, so starting at the top, we're playing a couple of Voltage Surge because we do have a lot of treasure. So sometimes we're going to get to kill 4 mana or 4 toughness things with this, so that's actually pretty good. We're playing 4 Despair Sentinel, helping out our mana for obvious reasons. We have a couple of copies of Negate, and honestly, I kind of want a third Negate in here, mostly because we're starting to see a few more of the mid-rangey decks, the like Orzhov control decks, and Negate's really good in those matchups. Now, obviously, it's pretty bad against stuff like mono-white aggro or whatever, so like you just kind of have to let it be what it is. But I'm kind of into it, so we'll see how we feel about this as things progress. We have 4 Dragon's Fire, 4 Magda, 2 Prosperous Innkeeper, 3 Fable of the Mirror Breaker, 4 Eska's Chariot, 2 Helena Helena, 4 Goldsbane Dragon, 2 Tamiyo Completed Sage. And this is big because we played Tamiyo Completed Sage in another list a little while back and had a lot of fun with this, getting back like Goldsbane Dragons, getting back Eska's Chariots out of the graveyard. So we really like this, and this is really good at just keeping your opponent's best thing locked down for a couple of turns, right? If they have one big creature or whatever that was going to just trample past you or fly over you in some cases, Tamiyo just keeps it on lock for as long as you need to. So yeah, love that. And then of course we're playing a couple copies of Light at the Night. Like I said, these are mostly going to be finishers, but they can be spot removal. If we build up Tamiyo, theoretically we could use this to get extra damage, so that's a thing. But most likely we just want to use it probably for X being 5 or 6 and try to finish the opponent off. It's probably going to be our best use of this card. As far as lands, we've got 3 Shatter Skull Smashing, 2 Den of the Bugbear, 1 Sakinzan, 1 Beseiju, 2 Forest, 2 Lair of the Hydra, 4 River Glide Pathway, 4 Crag Crown Pathway, 2 Rockfall Vale, and 4 Bark Channel Pathway. And I also want to say that like this idea for this deck and the base of it actually comes from the Degenerate Open a couple weeks ago. So this was already kind of on my mind, and I used theirs as just a way to tweak mine. So I just wanted full transparency on that. But other than that, yeah, let's go play some games, see what's up. As always, y'all know the drill. Watch to the end of the video because we will definitely come back here and talk about things we would add or change after playing the games. But otherwise, enjoy the games. We'll catch you on the other side. Okay, we absolutely can't throw this back, so we're going to keep it. Ah, what are we doing here? I assume we're just going to lose a bunch of creatures here. We'll see what we do, though. This hand isn't bad. We will have a bunch of mana if things go our way. It's just what can we do with the mana once we get it? It's kind of the trick here. We'll pass the turn. They would like to Deadly Dispute. Probably kill our Magda, make a treasure. Makes sense. Do. Skullport Merchant. No surprise. And there's a dragon. How do we feel about a dragon? That's a real question. I mean, the other thing here... you know what? Here's what we probably need to do. As much as I don't like it, it's probably correct to play this. I mean, our board may get meat hooked here, but if so, we kind of just got to deal with it. Do we let the opponent take their turn? I think we do. Because there's a possibility they might still try to like meat hook for 2, knowing there's some Skullport action there afterwards and they still have a creature. So like, oh, they're using their treasure. All right then. We'll kill this. I was not expecting him to blow the treasure up there, actually. So it feels like a small victory. Now we still back to need to draw another land for the Goldspan Dragon, but we will have cats from that to use alongside the Sentinel, so it's not the worst thing. I would like to draw a land here, though, just to settle it and make things easy. Submit 0. Sadly, got to take the damage from this. Play this. And then we're going to hope to draw land to go with our Goldspan Dragon, because that's all we can really do. Obviously, a meat hook for 2 is really bad here. And we're almost to the point that we could have mana up and use our negates, but that's not likely to be a thing. All right, well, now we can negate. Oh, actually, no, we can't. We'll still be short. Well, if we get to attack with the Goldspan Dragon, we will. Okay, I mean, we got to go for it. Yeah, if they got the removal cards, they got the removal cards. Like, it's just a case of if you draw it, you draw it. What are we going to do about it? Resolve that so we get some treasure. And then we'll auto pay, targeting that. All right, they're going to draw a card. Probably going to go get some creature kill thingy thing. Sure. Now, the plus side here is, I mean, I guess it's downside. Like, if they meat hook, they get a bunch of life. But they'll tap enough mana that they won't be able to stop our Den of the Bugbears for a turn, so that would be cool. However, this leaves Den mana definitely open. And then some. Ooh, I might want to save that for later. All right. First off, let's see. Maybe we don't. I will attempt to Reflection, targeting this. See if they have another kill spell for the Goldspan. They do not. Opponent's just at 10. Block 1, take 8. All right. I guess we just go for it. I mean, they're going to have to show us something. All right. They say GG. I mean, I'm willing to attack with all of it. If you just got something or you don't. I mean, it is what it is. That's a lot of spare treasure, though. Oh, they're just not blocking? No, they are. Okay. Fair enough. That's a good win. Oh, boy. All right, let's keep it. Let's see what we can do. I mean, we're basically going to be using this Prosperous Innkeeper to generate our red mana to get started, which isn't great, but, you know, if it's what you got to do, it's what you got to do. And as much as I would like to use this Voltage Surge to kill something, I'm not going to be able to. Because I need the red mana for something else. Probably, even a Halana on Lena would be alright here, all things considered, because then we at least turn this into a 3/3. And I wouldn't hate that. Though the opponent wasn't even interested in attempting to trade here, so I wonder what that says about them and their situation. So here's what I'm going to do, actually. I'm going to do this, get the 2 life. I was thinking about playing Helena, but I actually want to do this instead. And then see if the opponent has an apparition or something that they really want to play here. Spellbinder, that's unfortunate, but not the end of the world. They obviously are going to take Helena, because that's what I would take. But I think we're still in pretty good shape here. More land, which is fine. I think we'll just put this on red. We'll play this duder. We're going to go ahead and tap these. I mean, they can see our hand, so sure. Attack with both of them. And I'm actually going to copy this. So we have full access to treasure if we want to sack. We've got Helena next turn if we want it. So we're all good. All right. Seems fine. Do what you must, opponent. Do what you must. All right, Crawling Barrens, which seems to be the creature land du jour. A lot of people are starting to put it in their decks lately. I haven't put it in any of mine, but it's definitely a thing people seem to really want to do for some reason. I'm sure there's logic to it, and somebody somewhere decided it was better because I'm starting to see a lot of it, but hasn't affected my games any to not play with it. All right. Intrepid Adversary, sure. All right. Sounds like a plan. We'll go ahead and shoot that. Most excellent. Go ahead and play this. We're going to tap these 2. Crack the treasure. Shoot this. No, we will not be sacrificing that artifact, Arena. We're going to go ahead and put the counters on this guy. So if they do something, yep, had it all wrapped up. Let's keep it. We can have a turn 3 chariot. We'll see if it plays out to be the right play or not. But it's cool to know that it's a thing we can do. Playing against Royalty, which is a fun play, because I don't know, it could mean they actually are into golf, or they actually think really highly of themselves. Could go either way. All right, let's see what the opponent wants to do about this. Some people get trigger happy. They're like, Gerari's Disruption, no Innkeeper for you, which isn't the worst thing, because it does keep you from ramping. Okay. That does say that they likely have some type of counter spell, though. So we probably are going to need to slow roll this chariot. Probably try to get the Fabled, the Mirror Breaker down first. A Spike-Filled Hazard for our Innkeeper? Nope. They leave the Innkeeper alone after all that. You know what I just realized? This board has a smoke effect. I don't know how I've never seen that till right now. It's so wild. Okay, well, seeing as how the opponents had that last time, let's see what they have for this. Because now if it's a disruption, we have mana. Alright, well, guess that means it's a Fable Passage at least. Or Fading Hope, sorry, not Fable Passage. That's actually a whole different card that I actually really wish we could play still. Alright, 4 mana, what do you got? Okay. I mean, we're starting to get into interesting territory because we have access to negate here. And I just got to figure out, because I sort of want to discard either Jaspera Sentinel or the Dragon's Fire. Maybe both. Because I feel like we're not going to need either one here. Unless we just want to play Sentinel because we have something to do with our mana. But this can be a finisher. I don't think this is going to target much. So I'm going to gamble here. Swap those out. See if we can get some. Well, we got one of them back anyway. So it didn't matter. Yeah. We'll attack. Or attempt to attack. See if they let us. Maybe they were seeing what we were going to do with our land first. Well, that's a thing. All right, well, we're into it. Let's go. And we have a negate. We can at least fight through a counter. We're going to target your negate, friend. All right, now we just have to figure out what that other card is. Because it could be like a Demon Bolt or something. But we shall see. Good news is we do have access to 4 mana next turn. And we picked up a Goldspan Dragon. Okay. Let's see what the opponent wants to say about this. All right. I'm not even going to activate the chariot. I'm just going to attack here then. Target the dragon. I at least get some treasure. Now, the argument could have been go ahead and activate the chariot anyway, because then it keeps the dragon protected. However, by doing that, we get in less damage. Whereas here, we force the opponent to deal with something, we still get 4 more damage in. All right, get to end the turn. I think that's all we need to do here. I mean, lethal is obviously on board. A couple of different ways, for that matter. Crush the weak? Sure. That seems reasonable. Okay. We almost have enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, we're one short. 2, 4, 6, 7. Can't quite do it. That would have been awesome, though, wouldn't it? All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to do this. We're going to activate this. We're going to crew this. Because if they bounce this, whatever. Is what it is. Wait. Okay. They didn't wait to Fading Hope our chariot? I mean, that would have been the better play. I mean, now we possibly have lethal a couple of different ways, so we'll just wait. I mean, it does keep our lane from attacking this turn if they do have a chariot answer. So that's the other half of that. Which makes sense. Yeah, we just put this down and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't want to use this yet. We'll wait because it's going to be easier for us to get away with it next turn. Even more so the lower the opponent goes. All right. And they probably have no idea we have Light Up the Night right now, too. That's the other thing. So if we can get them to spend any reasonable amount of mana here, we can effectively have lethal. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 would still leave us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to do what we need to do. All right. I mean, if the opponent spends all their mana to make blockers, then like, okay. We're going to attack. What would you like to do, opponent? A Dragon's Fire, and they didn't copy the Dragon's Fire. Interesting. So are we saving mana for a particular thing? This is very suspicious. Because I really want to do this. Believe me, I do. But, like, if it's just a negate or a test of talents or whatever, we might as well just wait. Opponent's at 1. I mean, we can attack with our 2 1/1s next turn. They've got to copy a removal spell. They got to do something. Okay, well, now we have double light up tonight. Now we don't care. now we can just fire one off. If it gets countered, fire the other one off. So we'll just do this, get the opponent to spin cards or mana or whatever. All right, that's going to block a thing and then Fading Hope a thing. All right, they're dead anyway. Didn't matter. Oh, boy. What do we do with this? I mean, yeah, we keep it, I guess. We'll see what happens. We really want to draw almost any of our 2 mana things would be great here, but we'll see. That is none of those 2 mana things. All right, we'll just be attacking for 1. So be it. Is what it is. All right, still not much going on here. All right, we're just going to attack. This was kind of the fear of this hand. We knew this could be a problem. Ugh, rough. And here we're probably going to see a wedding announcement. And this is kind of the catch-22 situation here, is we can kill a wedding announcement, but we also don't want to give them mana. So that's not cool. Okay, they didn't do that. I guess they just had a Doomscar, would be my guess. All right, I'm going to save this in case something like Lolth or whatever shows up. And we'll go ahead and play this out. I mean, if they Doomscar here, we'll hope to get an attack in with the Den of the Bugbear. Then we'll just figure out life after that. Like, I don't know what we do. They've already shown us they don't have a Fading Hope, so we're kind of all right with that. Ooh, you were not a bad follow-up play, though. But yeah, we're really not going to do anything here. We're just going to get you with the 2/2s. I mean, they could have flashed in a Wandering Emperor there, which is sort of what I was looking at. We're limited on creatures, so I don't want to necessarily give the opponents an easy out there if that is indeed a Doomscar. We do have Burn in hand, so we have to kind of figure that into our math somewhere along the way. All right, Behold the Multiverse. Just straight up cast. So it's still not what that Foretold card was. They bottomed both of them, though, whatever they were. Kind of hoping for a Lolth here. They tap out. We have a good answer for Lolth. Nope, they went ahead with the Doomscar. Okay, so I guess here we're just hoping to draw a 1 or a 2 mana thing. Let's do it. Well, it was indeed a 2 mana thing. I mean, like, I should have been more specific and said a 1 or 2 mana creature. So we might be just attacking with our land here, I think is the best play. Unfortunately. We'll get in there. I guess now, since we have this, if we end up in a situation where we need to cast this, we'd still be able to do one of these for 1 or 2. Okay. There is a world where we may want to try to have access to Halana Lena and something, and that does matter. The opponent hasn't played a whole lot here. They've been very defensive a big chunk of this game, so we have to try to keep that in mind here as well. Okay, what do we want to do? I have a feeling they're just going to try to kill our chariot here. And it's one of those. Is it another Doomscar over there? That's another question. I don't know what the best thing is here, honestly. I almost feel like I want to try to light up the night for like 5. I mean, like if we Alana and Elena, does it get to live long enough to put the 2/2 on the little dude? Like maybe. God, this is such a hard decision. I really don't know, y'all. I'm not trying to slow roll this. I feel like with the opponent's hand being stacked still, like this could go a lot of different directions. They have to have some number of kill spells, though. I have to assume, but you know, if you got them, you got to play them, I guess. Is that a counter? Okay, it saw it coming. Sure. Was not a discounted saw it coming. Interesting. All right, I mean, the opponent is at 7. That does make these light up the nights lethal now. Now, admitted, I don't know if we're actually going to get to cast them, but, you know, technically they're lethal. In a perfect world, we'd probably like to draw a land here. That's not bad, but not totally what we were looking for either. Let's see. Opponent has 7 mana. You flash in a Hull Breaker and go to 6. That doesn't kill you. If we play a Chariot attack with Chariot, you take 2, go to 5, but then you can defend against Light Up the Nights forever. That's a little bit of a pain. Man, really needed this Chariot to be a land. I think that's the real issue here. Really needed that to be a land. And it was not. Would have made our life a lot easier in the event there is a Hull Breaker here. Now I almost feel like our play is just attack. Hope these get through. Okay, there's a Wandering Emperor. They're going to gain some life. That's fine. Sure. I mean, they're going to gain 2, lose 1. Like, it is what it is. I mean, I guess they could counter if they want to. Okay. Do we try to Chariot again? I guess we do. I mean, if they have another counter, they got a counter. Whatever. I mean, at some point, we're going to have to get into a situation where the Light Up the Nights can clear the path. All right. And there's a multiverse. That's one of them. We just need the opponent to tap a little bit lower. And then maybe. Though now, Loth is actually pretty good because they have Loth plus backup mana. All right, Doomscar goes off. Sounds good. All right, what do we do with this? I mean, do we try? I mean, get him to spend something on the Chariots? I don't know why I feel like it's just going to be another Wandering Emperor. I do truly feel like that's what's about to happen. Just a matter if I want to attack with these. Let them block that. They take 2. They go to 6. And then I'd still be 1 short. Man, that other chariot just not being a land really, really made this more difficult than it needed to be, I think. Yeah, alright. We'll try. I mean, it's 4 damage either way. But at some point, I feel like I just got to get this done and out of the way, because we know it's what the opponent wants. Here comes the other Wandering Emperor. Yep. But I'd rather do that than lose our land, because just like, it's going to be too important here, I think. All right, Deluge. Sadly, even finding a, well, that's a thing. I doubt it's going to resolve, but it's a thing. Okay. Go to attack. Is it yet another Wandering Emperor? Nope, just a March of the Wretched. Alright, fair enough. Opponent gains some life there. We'll attack into the Emperor. Again, because I'm not sure how much these can go upstairs or not, so we kind of got to keep that in mind here. Really would have been nice if we could have drawn something like our, well, we'll try this. I would say something like our own Tamiyo or something would have been pretty cool. All right, a Hull Breaker. All right, cool. We can end the game. Okay, let's do it. This feels pretty good as long as we could draw some of our big cards behind it. Okay, let's go with Magada. And then we'll pass. All right, what's the opponent got happening here? The thing is, too, I think we have to be very careful with our negate. You don't want to use it frivolously. So if they do end up just like killing a Magda, we might just have to say like, oh well, you kill a Magda. All right, that being said, we may end up just using this to protect ourselves against a yeah, this is fine. I'll say against a Doomscar potentially. All right, we're just kind of going for it here. Attacking with Magda gets us a treasure, so sure. I mean, we can still cast whatever we would draw next turn. Here comes Doomscar. All right, we bought ourselves a little bit of time. Hopefully we got dragons or something behind. We do not. I think I'm going to get rid of that. Do we get rid of both? Just because of what we're up against, like, let's do it. Oh gosh, that was abysmal. That was the worst possible thing to happen. Oh no. All right then. We will tap this and I guess the Magda. Activate this duder. Get in there for 6. All right. I mean, we may actually use this Akinjin to get hasty things. That might be the best plan. In a way, I'm kind of sad I got rid of those spells, but on the other hand, I'm actually kind of happy we did it because it actually got these lands out of the way and let us hit something nicer, hopefully. Now, let's assume they do have Wandering Emperor. Wandering Emperor can get rid of this. They go to 13. They would take 2, 4, 5, 6. We can make it 7, 8. Oh, never mind. There's the Goldspan Dragon. That changes a great many things. Okay, now what do we do? Now things are a bit different. We can tap this and this to get a red. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we could sack both of those to activate that. They could get rid of our dragon, take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we have that behind. All right, I'm good with that. That was a lot of stuff. I hope everybody could follow along. That's 3, 4, 5. All right, we'll activate this. And then we have these hasty duders, so is what it is. We're also making a lot of treasure. Oh, a commando. All right, that's not what I expected to see at all, but hey, it blocks and fights just like everything else. So it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Man, if I'd have known that, I could have... Oh, I guess I didn't have those till after we attacked. All right. Well, if the opponent's play is a Doomscar, and that's all they've got, we've got this. So Kinzen's going to be a win. Yep. We're going to actually get to use the channel part of this land. This will be like the 3rd time ever I've used this way, but... Boom. GG's. Got it. All right, let's keep it. See what we can do with this. This hand at least has some promise to it. Ooh, could be rough, though, playing against something with a bunch of spot removal, if that's the case. Oh, boy, what do we do here? Obviously, we're going to Innkeeper on 2. Don't know what we're... I mean... against this deck, I guess a Chariot's fine. Gives us a couple of blockers. That at least has to be used at sorcery speed, so that's not the worst thing. If we play a land, we're only going to have 4 mana. Though we would... No, wouldn't be able to kill both of those. Be able to kill one of them. I think it might actually be worth blocking here. Yep. Okay. Let's do this. Just to kind of set up if they have removal or something. This will deal with some of that. Or at least I assumed it would. Maybe that's not what's going on here. Yeah, I would have assumed if they had something during our instep, they would have just killed that. Unless it's just sorcery speed removal. Okay, Reinforced Ronin. Interesting choice. I would not expect to see that in that deck, but hey, what do I know? Sure, we're gonna no block here. Though, part of me does consider blocking the Harvester. Not gonna lie there. That was at least up for consideration. What do I want to do here? I kind of... This is going to sound weird, but I sort of want to get rid of the Shatter Skull Smashing to see if we could draw another regular untapped land. Because we don't want to take 3 here, really. Because I don't know what the other 2 cards are. Are they playing burn spells, whatever? And I would like to be able to play, like, Innkeeper and Chariot here, or something. But if we Innkeeper Chariot, you know, let's just submit 0. Because even if we just Innkeeper, land, Chariot, we're only losing 1 life in this exchange. And I think that's fine. Like, that shouldn't kill us. I mean, that being said, we could also attack for 2, but I don't think that's as prudent with things being the way they are. So let's go ahead and do this. Get us 2 life back, get 2 blockers. If they have a Goldspan Dragon, it's a bit of a problem. We can Alana and Alena next turn, then I don't know what we do after that. We can attack for 2 here. Nah, we're not going to attack here. We could, but I'm not. We can also Magda, leave up and negate. I mean, there's some options. Probably don't want to go all in on Helena Elena because they haven't played any removal cards here, so there's a good chance they have at least one and just weren't using it on these 2 duders. They're going to Meat Hook here for 2. All right. That's a little unfortunate. We go to 6. All right. They do get in for 2, so we go to 4. Ugh. Well, we do get a blocker out of this. So that's something. We go ahead and play this. Would allow us to block. If we play Helena and Elena, we get to at least make a 4/4 out of that for a turn. But then we die to what? Let's see. If they get a land, they could play that and that. We get to block. Nah, we Helena Elena. That's totally what we do here. Now, admittedly, we can't copy anything at the moment because everything we have access to at the moment is legendary, which is kind of annoying, but nothing we can do about it. Now, if we were to draw something like an Innkeeper, that would be great because then we could just Innkeeper, copy the Innkeeper, start getting some extra treasure and life, and that would be awesome. All right, opponent's now digging. We're going to hope they don't find burn or whatnot in the meantime. Oh, Dragon Spark Reactor. That sucks for us badly. All right. Well, we're definitely on a clock now. Yep. And that's already 2. Yeah, exactly. They don't want it to die because that just sets up stuff for their other things. So that's tough. We probably need to find a Beseju. Ooh, not a Chariot. That was not the answer. What can we do here? Play this. Attack with Chariot. Attack with that. That's 4, 8, 9, 10. Just trying to think how we get the most damage out of this. We're probably having to dodge Play with Fires as well. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? I think we have to. It's just kind of a go for it thing here. If they get what they need, we just die. I mean, that's kind of it, right? I mean, there's really nothing we can do about it here, so is what it is. Put the counters on the Chariot. That's 10, puts the opponent at 14. If we attack for 12, opponent goes to 12. And then we possibly have lethal next turn. We do have access to Magda. But if they get one thing that kills that and attacks us, this costs 4 to crack it. So they wouldn't be able to do all that next turn. Oh, this is so tough. If they get 2 of those... all right. I'm a wuss. This is all I'm doing. Keeping a first striker up. Now, if we do get another mana, we could copy a cat. So that's something. All right, let's see if they get us. I mean, this is a very, very tense situation. Because if they don't get any more mana, then they really can't afford to do anything because they would have to block with their Den of the Bugbear to potentially kill us. Or potentially not die to like a big 6/6 or something. All right. I mean, we obviously have a lot of damage that can come through here. All right, they did get a land. Oh, and they got a Loth. No. Why did I not take the safer play and keep the Magna and the negate up? Ugh. Dang it. That's so rough. Yep. We have very few outs here. We do have some, just not a lot. That was not one of them, sadly. Don't think there's anything we can do here. Opponent plays that, shoots us. Yep, I think that's it, because they can block our two biggest things. Even if we get in here with these, tap those, the most they're going to take is 2, 4, 6. Yeah, not enough. Not enough. Dang it. Let's see what trouble this hand gets us into. Are we going to use the light up the we actually may not get to light up the night anything important here, sadly. Especially if this is like a Luminarch aspirant. Okay, it wasn't an aspirant, so that's some good news, I guess. What do we do next turn? Oh, that's exciting. Well, I guess we just have the opponent get a Velamachus on us next turn, huh? Not much we're going to do about that. Good news is, though, we at least have access to Tamiyo. That's something. But unfortunately, we didn't get one of our negates, so this one's probably just over quick. All right, what you got? And you get a land, you get to get your dragon back. Unexpected windfall. They're digging. They don't have the way to do it yet. Come on, negate. I don't think we've ever wanted a negate worse than we want one right now. If they don't crack their treasure here to Doomscar, if that's a Doomscar, that would mean they have the other spells they want, but they require like 4 white, and they wouldn't be able to cast it. They'd be short. So that might be what they're watching for here. The only good news is if we can get lucky. Oh, it's a Revelry. I was thinking if we can get lucky, we could get a Tamiyo down and then tap their Velamachus so we don't get hit by it more than once. Like, that could be a thing. This is not helping our cause. However, we at least can get a treasure. All right. Let's do that. I don't want to run the Tamiyo out yet because we don't get enough value from it to do so right now. Still sad, though, that we, yeah, we're just going to get in there. I'm going to go ahead and copy treasure under the assumption that we won't have creatures for very long. This potentially also creates a situation where we could maybe Goldspan Dragon and then still play Tamiyo. But I'm kind of wondering here, why did they not block something else with their 1/1? So, I don't know. Maybe they're just going to get back their Velomachus and then put their counters on the 1/1 on the ground. I mean, I could see that maybe being a thing. That would kind of make sense as an option. And if that's all they have in the yard, because they only have a singular Velomachus, so if they exhaust their resources here to do that, we can buy some time with Tamiyo tapping down the Velomachus. Yeah. All right. Okay, so they put all the counters on Velomachus anyway. Weird. All right. Not really sure what happened there, but all right. Who am I to judge? Oh, they were trying to just straight up double strike and everything all at once. Look at you trying to be crafty, opponent. Let's get an untapped land here. That'd be real nice. Well, not quite. However, we do get mana from the Magda, so that's okay too. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to tap these two. Get the treasure. We're going to get Goldspan Dragon. We're going to cast Magda for the iron price. I mean, Tamiyo. Sorry. And then we're going to use this to tap the biggin. And then we're going to attack with everything. Copy one of these. All right, opponent's at 13. End the turn. We know there's not a Velomachus in the yard. So, not sure what their play is here, but we at least are going to force them to find something. Invoke Calamity. All right? Means they get to cast Revelry and something. Well, that's a thing. That's a thing. I guess they can't kick it. So, yeah. All right. Still works for me. All right. So, I want to let y'all know about something that came up in a game I actually didn't feature on the video because it was just a cluster. And you probably would have just heard me cussing and complaining. But apparently, if you have just a treasure up as your 1 mana, it will actually not stop for you to be able to crack the treasure and cast a Voltage Surge. As weird as that is, for whatever reason, I checked on my Twitter feed, I asked some other people, and multiple people said they've seen it be an issue. So apparently it's a known thing, something I hadn't encountered, but I think y'all should just know that. If you're going to use a Voltage Surge, you probably need to crack the treasure in advance and use it on that turn, because otherwise it's not going to let you use it. Don't know why. I checked, there's no real reason, it's just that way. As for the deck, like I said, if I could get another negate in there, I probably would. Maybe at the expense of cutting a Magda. The Light Up Fist Knights are actually okay. I don't hate them, I don't love them. They're actually just serviceable. I could be okay with them being another Voltage Surge and maybe being some other aggressive creature, some haste thing. But as it is, it actually played fine. I don't really have too many complaints about it. The only games we really struggled with are ones where we kind of just drew a bunch of mana sources and none of our bigger things. But that's going to happen anyway. That's just some of the RNG. But overall, yeah, I really enjoyed the deck and I thought it was pretty fun. So if you want to splash some blue, you want another excuse to play Tamiyo, this might be the deck for you. Now for today's card spotlight, we're going to talk about Guided Passage. And this card is random. It's a card from, I think, Apocalypse that you show your opponent your deck and then they just choose a creature, a land, and then a non-creature, non-land, and you just put those into your hand. So you're going to get 3 things at the expense of letting your opponent choose them and showing them your deck. Now, usually this isn't the worst thing, because like even in what we played today, I mean, maybe they give us like a burn spell, a Jaspera Sentinel, and then we get either a Fable of the Mirror Breaker or a Tamiyo or something. So that's fine too. Like, wouldn't be the worst thing. But man, I'm not even sure what this card was really intended for. Back in the day, we never played with it. And oddly, it still carries about a $1.50 price tag even now. Not sure why or who's playing it, but yeah, there you go. If you didn't know about this weird card, maybe you learned something today. Now, don't forget, if you want today's deck list, it will be down in the description below, along with links to our Facebook gaming page, our Twitch streams, and our Discord, which are open to the public, especially right now. If you want to come in, talk about new Capenna, deck ideas, things you're working on, maybe you want to share what you open at your pre-release, we're going to be welcoming the public, and you can come in and hang out, and just come hang out with the brood. People are great. They're really, really nice, I promise. Also, if you'd be so kind, consider hitting the join button down below and being a member of the channel, where you can give input on stuff here, you can get access to exclusive videos, and even get your decks featured. But yeah, check all that out. And even if you can't do that, or you don't want to do that, please, if you'd love to help me out, at the very least, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and then hit the notification bell and choose all notifications so you don't miss any of the videos we've got coming out over the next couple of weeks, because we're going to be having a lot of new Capenna content. But that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.